Alright, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, you already know what it is. We got the one, the only, the king of the West Coast. We got OG Semi-Auto right here on the line. How are you doing this evening?
What's up with it? What's going on?
Hey, man, you already know, man. I hope everything's all well out on the West Coast, man. You know, I heard there's a lot of forest fires and whatnot going on.
Yeah, it's a lot out here. I'm out here in Denver, Colorado and stuff like that. So we got forest fires out here, forest fires out in Cali. You know what I'm saying? And we praying for everybody out there, you know what I'm saying, that's going through their madness right now, you know?
I actually had no clue that there was forest fires actually going on in Colorado, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. Anywhere where it's like a lot of mountains and trees and all that stuff, that's where a lot of the forest fires always happen there all the time, you know?
And if you don't mind me asking there, OG, like, what made you decide to get into the music industry initially?
So I was bound to happen. That's what I say. It was bound to happen, whether it was going to be music or any type of entertainment. Since I was 11, 12 years old, I was always either writing rhymes or I was writing movie scripts. I was always, infatuated by entertainment, the entertainment business. So it was bound to happen, whether it was going to be music or me, getting into movies or behind the scenes, producing or anything. It just so happened to be hip hop.
If you don't mind me asking, did you ever have the opportunity to star in any movies at all?
No, not yet. I took a few acting classes and stuff like that, but I was too busy running around getting in trouble in the streets and stuff like that. So it kind of took me away from that, and it took me away from football, and even pursuing a music career even earlier, in my life and shit. So I'm looking for one now. So if there's some roles out there, let's get it. So I'm ready now.
And also, I noticed you actually did some work with the legendary MC8 of Compton's Most Wanted, man. I have to ask you, how did you get connected with MC8? And of course, what was it like working with Compton's Most Wanted's finest?
Oh man, how I got connected with Abe was just I reached out to him. I like to network. If it's an artist that I like or that I love, because I grew up on Compton's Most Wanted. So I reached out to Abe, let him hear some of my music, and asked him, could he do a collab with me? Would he do a collab with me? And he was down with it. So I shot him the beat. He was with it, and we put together, one of a summertime gangster masterpiece. But working with him was to me, it was I would never in 1,000 years think I'd be able to work with, somebody, that I grew up with, because Compton's Most Wanted was literally the first rap tape I ever heard, that ain't nothing but a Compton thing. That was like the first rap tape I ever heard before anybody else, before any, NWA, any of that. It was CMW, so it was an honor to work with A for sure.
Hey man, most definitely. You put in the work, and most definitely dreams do come true, man. Do you think down in the future you and 8 might actually get together and actually film a music video for that song?
Sure. Well, you never know. I've been on, doing my thing, making so much music. He's been doing his thing, making so much music. But I'm willing to work with, any and everybody. Not everybody, but, the legends. I love working with the legends, especially the ones that, that I was raised on.
And speaking of legends, man, you were also the protege and friend of legendary rapper X-Rated. I have to ask you, how did you get connected with X-Rated? And of course, what is it like actually being under his wing?
Yeah, X-Rated, he was on lockdown at the time, so I shot him a kite. Kite means a letter, I shot him a kite. Told him I was, respect the craft, and grew up on the music and all that, and just like he's a down to earth regular cat, down to earth regular dude. So we was writing each other back and forth, and this is when I was first starting to get onto the music. So he would give me tips on how I should do it. How I should how I should do a hook, or how what people look for in the song and the hook, stuff like that. And X-Rated was the one that actually gave me the name, you know what I'm saying? Gave me that name, Cindiato. He said Cindiato because, you know what I'm saying, you spit like a gun, you know what I'm saying? So that was just a blessing right there to even, you know what I'm saying, contact with him, though, you know, because he was locked up for a while. So a lot of that time I just stayed in contact with him, and, you know what I'm saying? You know, and he looked out for me, he put me on, he presented a couple of my albums, and here I am now. So, you know, I give him, you know what I'm saying, a lot of props on my career right now, you know.
And man, when X-Rated actually came out of prison, man, he was putting in massive work, man. Like I think he's filmed so many damn music videos since he actually got out of prison. It's hard to keep track.
Yeah, yeah, and he deserved that. He deserved that because I know for a fact, you know, if he didn't get locked down, he would have been, you know what I'm saying, one of the biggest artists, period. You know what I'm saying? So he deserves everything that he's doing right now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy for you, the homie. You know what I'm saying? For real.
I most definitely agree, man. A very, very talented individual. I welcomed him on the radio station there last year, and I have to say, for an
Yeah,
individual that was locked down for so long, he was such a humble individual, man. When I actually had the opportunity to
yeah,
speak with him, man. So
yeah,
most definitely, shout out to X-Rated.
yeah. Most definitely. Shout out to X. And you know, prisoners do that to you. You know what I'm saying? I did my little 7 years on lock. You know, it made me, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy to say, but it made me a better person. It made me more smarter on my toes, you know what I'm saying? More humble, you know, so, you know, you can see why the big homie like that. So, you know, shout out to X-Low.
And you also have an album out called Full Metal Jacket, man, which I have to say, I know it's an older one of your records, but I absolutely enjoy that record of yours
Yeah,
as well. But I have to ask you, what's the inspiration
yeah.
and story behind that amazing record? And of course, where can our listeners actually snag themselves a copy?
Uh, yeah, that Full Metal Jacket, that's good that you say that because that Full Metal Jacket album, that's actually my number one to this day. Even though it was from 2012, it's my number one selling album to this day. So yeah, and the inspiration behind that was, you know, me and my little bro, you know, Left Louis. Shout out to Left Louis and stuff. You know, check out his album. He got the new album, Working Phase 3 out right now. You know what I'm saying? So y'all go check that out. But, you know, me and him was chopping it up. And I told him, you know, because usually I like to stay just G-Funk, West Coast, where I like to stay, keep it like that, gangster, gang. You know what I'm saying? I told him, man, I want to switch it up this time. I want to make something for everybody. I want to make some clubs, you know what I'm saying, some party stuff, some stuff for the ladies. We was out doing shows, you know, hitting shows up, and that whole time I was just grabbing different beats that, you know, from different genres of hip hop, I should say, or whatever. You know what I'm saying, trap, G-funk, all that other different type of beats, and then that's how I came with that Full Metal Jacket. So basically, Full Metal Jacket was the first album I did where I stepped outside my comfort zone, the box that I like to go in. You know what I'm saying? And it so that's where that came from.
And also, man, aside from like X-Rated and MC8, man, you are work with other phenomenal individuals as well. You actually had legendary West Coast producer West Coast Stone on your song "Born to Grind." Man, I have to ask you, what was it like working with West Coast Stone, man? Because he is phenomenal when it comes to producing.
Oh yeah, that was a shit. That was I have to give that. I have to give that. You know, that props to Killer Tay. Killer Tay set that up because Killer Tay. You know, shout out to Killer Tay out of Fresno. He's legendary. AWOL Records. You know, Seabo, Marvelous, and all them. You know what I'm saying? So Killer Tay a legend for sure. So I had to give him props for that because he did a whole album of West Coast Stone did for him. I think it was the one and only album. West Coast Stone did that album, and so I reached out to Killer Tay Capone, and I was like, shit, you know, we should do a track. You know what I'm saying? We do a track. You know, we should do a track together. Blase, blase. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, told him to give me Stones to hook up, and he gave me West Coast Stone hook up, and I just, you know, hit him over the line, hit him on the horn, and let him know, you know, so I want to work with him, and he blessed me with a banger, and then Killer K and Mike Nitty, you know what I'm saying? And then a little homeboy Draco Stay High, we went in. We went in on that, excuse me, we went in on that track, you know what I'm saying? We went, that Born to Grind. It's called Born to Grind. It's one of the hardest tracks I know I got. So yeah, I had to get that. So shout out to all the homies right that was on there that made that thing, you know.
And you also have done some work with, Germany's own DJ Alex Funk. Man, I have to ask you, how does it feel to actually have individuals like him actually reach out to you from other ends of the world just to get you on their projects?
Yeah, DJ Alex Funk, man. Hey, matter of fact, happy birthday to the homie, man. Today his birthday. You know what I'm saying? And he dropped a new album, that Gangsta Funk 3. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go check that out. I'm on 3 songs on that joint. That's how much the homie looked out for me. I'm on 3 different songs on the new album that just came out today. So y'all go check that out. Gangsta Funk 3. But yeah, DJ Alex Funk, man, since he came in the picture, man, he been showing mad love, and I show him mad love, and you know what I'm saying, and it's been paying off. So we've been shining out here on him, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mess with Germany heavy. Germany, like places like Germany, Japan, you know what I'm saying, and other places, they've been messing with me heavy and stuff, so I appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, shout out to DJ Alex Funk. He's definitely, he represents the West Coast real right, you know what I'm saying, to be out there in Germany. You know what I'm saying, he's keeping the torch lit out there, you know what I'm saying, for real.
And I gotta say as well, happy birthday to him as well, man. He most definitely is a
Mm-hmm.
phenomenal individual, man. He has a real love for real hip hop. I'll put it at that.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, he toured all the little spots and stuff, and even spots that regular people can't go. You know, he a regular cat, but I'd be surprised how he be up in some of them spots like that, because just regular civilians can't walk through some of them places. But he blessed like that. You know what I'm saying? It's working for him. So yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And one thing that really stood out to me is because me personally, I'm a huge Eazy-E fan, man, and I noticed that you did a song called "Land of the G's" with
Yeah.
with son of Eazy-E, baby Eazy-E. I have to ask you, how did you get connected with baby E, man? I gotta ask you, what was it like working with the son of a legend?
Yeah, E3, yeah, baby, easy, E3. We just connected through, how Twitter, Facebook, not Facebook, but Twitter and Instagram, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? People, that's how a lot of people network nowadays. Artists network nowadays. If if they don't run into each other in person. That's how I got connected with them. And, I told him basically the same thing I told you. You know what I'm saying? Pops a legend. Help raise a nigga. You know what I'm saying? All that good stuff. And then I was like, let's work, and he was like, let's go. So that's what and that ain't the only song we got. We got the Land of the G's that me and Baby Eazy did. We got the Land of the G's and the one you was talking about. So we got a couple of joints together. You know what I'm saying? He just he a down to earth, regular, humble cat. You know what I'm saying?
And that's really cool, man. You know what I mean? It's not every day you get to work with one of Eazy-E's kids, man. Like I gotta say, he has a lot of kids, man, but it's all of his kids are very
Yeah.
talented individuals.
Yeah, and they talented, all of them. They super talented, like they dad was. You know what I'm saying? For real.
They most definitely have the spirit of Eazy-E inside of them, man. I'll tell you that for a fact.
Yeah, definitely.
And also, at the beginning of the summer, June 3rd of this year, you actually dropped the album Stay Dippin'. I have to ask you, man, can you tell us a bit more about that album? And of course, where can our listeners buy themselves a copy as well?
Okay, stay dipping out now everywhere, making noise in the streets. All the music platforms, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube. That joint is everywhere. And what made me come up with that, man, is that I wanted to bring back some of that classic G funk. That Warren G. That RDX. Since Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Corrupt, Daz. I wanted to bring back that feel. You know what I'm saying? That BG knockout, Gangsta Dre, the stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. That's the concept of why I came with that, and that's why I put the lowrider on the cover of the cover on the cover. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to bring back that feel, and you know that's my mindset when I made Stay Dippin'. I said, man, I'm gonna bring it back to them Dr. Dre type beats and all that type to the, you know, to that real that original gangster rap. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I went looking for the, you know, those type of beats and you know and just went in on it. You know what I'm saying? So stay dipping out now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go check that out.
And I also noticed as well that you actually got a chopped and screwed version out as well, man. I just noticed that today.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I've been because originally I'm from Oklahoma. I'm from Oklahoma City. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Oklahoma, we right next to Texas. So I know a lot of people from Texas, got family out there in Texas. I was in Job Corps back in the day out there in Texas. And I think it was like 95, I got put up on that chopped and screwed. So I've been a chopped and screwed fan since like almost the beginning of the chopped and screwed. You know what I'm saying? And, so if you go back into my catalog, you know, I got throughout, like even the Born to Grind, I got a chopped and screwed of the Born to Grind. I got a chopped and screwed of a little bit of everything. I got a handful of chopped and screwed tracks that I did. You know, because I'm just a big fan of the chopped and screwed, R.P. Screw.
And also, man, directly after this interview, I'm going to be actually playing one of your songs from your brand new record. And the song is called A Hood Movie, based on a true story. But I have to ask you, can you
Yeah.
tell us the story behind that song? That way, when our listeners like listen to it, they can wrap their head around the meaning just a little bit more.
Yeah, that's a great question right there. That's a track that a lot of people like, a lot of people love, especially a lot of my homies and shit. You know what I'm saying? People I mess with. But the premise behind that, and I'm sure everybody got a friend that was like this or used to be like that. You know, I had one of my bigger homies back in the day. It was the early '90s, like '93, '92, '93. And you know, he was just a hardcore gangbanger. He was just a hardcore gangbanger, rolling around looking for trouble, looking for somebody to shoot if he wasn't from his hood. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of the same stuff that goes on a lot today. You know what I'm saying? That's been going on. And you know, that's the type of guy he was. He was a menace like that. And one day he was, I guess he got a, him and some of his homies, you know, because they was old. They was only like, they wasn't too old. They was probably like 3 years older than me, but that's older. Him and some of his other homies, you know, they got a hold of a brand new Uzi, and you know, they sitting around the house, you know what I'm saying, checking it out, playing around with it, and then one of the guys, accidentally let off a round into my big homeboy's chest, and then that's it. And that was it. You know what I'm saying? That was a rap for him. And this shit, he was only 17 years old. He's only 17 years old. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, H Hop. You know what I'm saying? So that's where that story came from. And it just came out of nowhere when I created it. It came out of nowhere. As a matter of fact, another reason what made me do it too is I came across an old article, an old newspaper article on what happened to him, because it was in the in the newspaper, and so that's what made me do it too. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do something for Hakeem. That's his name. So I'm gonna do something for him. You know what I'm saying? Because I still think about that stuff, and even though it was a long time ago, from time to time, I think about that because he was like the only person that, I knew a bunch of riders, and I knew a bunch of people that was banged out, but he was like the only person I knew that was on that level, or that a lot of people hated his guts. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I had to do that, send a tribute to him, since since that was one of my homies and stuff that gave me advice when I was coming up. So that's where that Hood movie came from. That's a real true story for real. You know.
And I do want to say quickly, my sincere condolences, man. You know what I mean? 17 is way, way too young to go. But I do want to share my sincere condolences to yourself, your friend, and his family.
Yeah, right on, bro.
this is the time, OG, that I give a chance for the individual that slides into the airwaves. If you can, man, just let us know what's next. If there's anything I happen to miss during this interview, anything else you still want to promote with our live audience, you have the floor.
Yeah. Man, all I gotta say is, man, shout out to you, DJ Immortal, Outlaw Radio. I appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying, for having me up on here. And you know what I'm saying, I'm already getting everything together. I ain't started working on it yet, so I ain't gonna say that. But I'm already getting my stuff together, getting beats together. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to start working on a new project, new album. So new album coming soon. So, you know, y'all get ready for some more real gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? None of this watered down shit. You know what I'm saying? And me and the little homie Draco Stay High, the little homie out in the springs and shit. You know what I'm saying? Draco Stay High. We got the podcast we got cracking off. It's called It's a Rap. It's a rap with OG Semiato and Draco Stay High. And you just go to the app store and get the 719 Stitch radio app. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be every Monday. You know what I'm saying? It's a rap with OG Semiato, Draco Stay High. We just gonna be, you know, podcasting it up, talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Doing a lot of, you know what I'm saying, keeping people entertained. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? And then check out, go support Stay Dipping. Keep bumping that Stay Dipping. You know what I'm saying? Because I still been making some noise out there. You know, it's been making noise all summer, so keep supporting that. You know what I'm saying? Check out my videos on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Go check out the little bro Left Louis. You know what I'm saying? That Working Faith 3 and DJ Alex Funk. You know, got that Gangster Funk 3. You know what I'm saying? Then my homeboy Nike Nitty. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like Nitty tell him. You like Nitty on the slap, tell him, check out all his shit. He's been doing a lot of beats for me lately, a lot of slappers, bangers. So, you know what I'm saying? He's about to drop another one, I think October 17th. So, you know what I'm saying? Just check all that stuff out, man, and stay tuned. Just keep your ears to the streets and stay tuned. For real.
And so, OG, this is the time that I give a chance for the individual that slides into the radio station airwaves, a chance to give their social media handles and websites and whatnot. That way individuals can find you, give you a follow, stay updated on all your new projects, if they're not already doing so.
Yeah. All I got to say is keep your ear to the streets. Because when I work on music, I shut that social media stuff got to go. You know what I'm saying? That stuff is a distraction. That people that really know me, they see how I disappear. They wondering where all my shit went, where all the social media, all this went, because that stuff I want to make. I want to make classics, masterpieces. I ain't got time to be looking at my phone every 5 minutes and dealing with negativity and, you know, hating ass motherfuckers and all of that. So, you know what I'm saying? So all I say is keep your ear to the streets. And then, you know, especially if you stream stuff on like Apple Music Title, stuff like that, when people drop new stuff, they update you. So that's all I got to say about that. You know what I'm saying? And shouts out to all my homies. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that I love, everybody that I know. You know what I'm saying? Be nice. I don't want to say too many names because you know you leave out somebody's name, they start tripping. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all the homies and shit. Rated, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you having me in here, man. For real.
Hey, man, you are most certainly welcome, OG. Like I said, man, like I told you before, you're the definition of real hip-hop, man. You were exactly what this genre needs nowadays, man, because there's not a lot of artists like you still out there bumping and grinding, making real music, man, keeping the elements of the hip-hop alive, man. So keep doing what you're doing, and I most definitely will keep purchasing it, and I most definitely will keep spinning it as well.
I appreciate you, man, and that's what my goal is. My goal is every time I go into an album, I try to just keep it. I try to keep it original. I try to, I might dabble just a tad bit in the new school, but I want to keep it. I think that's why I got so many fans now, because some of my fans tell me that they glad that I keep it, you know, like that kind of like that '90s sound, that old school sound, because that's what I like. That's the music that I still bump to this day. So, you know, that's how I'm keep bringing it. So, I appreciate you for having me, man. For real.
You are most certainly welcome, OG. And thank you again, and most definitely have yourself a great night out there in Colorado, and most definitely try and stay safe out there.
All right, most def, man. You be safe too out there.
Most definitely, man. Have yourself a wonderful night. We shall talk soon.
One.